If you're watching this, you've probably seen Timothée Chalamet's acceptance speech at the SAG Awards. If you haven't, I'll put a link to it in the description. But I wanted to share the part that really stuck out to me and what I feel like is one of the most important things an artist has said at an acceptance speech in a long time.
And lastly, I can't downplay the significance of this award because it means the most to me. And I know we're in a subjective business, but the truth is I'm really in pursuit of greatness. I know people don't usually talk like that, but I want to be one of the greats. I'm inspired by the greats. I'm inspired by the greats here tonight. I'm as inspired by Daniel Day-Lewis, Marlon Brando, and Viola Davis as I am by Michael Jordan and Michael Phelps, and I want to be up there. So I'm deeply grateful to that. This doesn't signify that, but it's a little more fuel, it's a little more ammo to keep going. Thank you so much.
I say it's important because I feel like there's a trend that has happened over the last decade or so, I guess. I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it, but it does feel like a lot of people downplay their achievements, are humble. They almost, in a way, belittle themselves to seem relatable. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but I guess the speech resonated with me because I feel like his speech actually really speaks to a core part of me that maybe I've been too afraid to say. When I was younger, I was an athlete, and I wasn't that great for a while, but when I finally turned it up, I lived by this quote or this saying, why do something if you're not trying to be the best at it? Being the best at something is subjective, especially art. We have awards, but people are voting for them. It's not like football where, the best team wins the Super Bowl at the end of the year. As an artist, you have no control over who is voting for these awards. So you can't really put any true value in a subjective award. But there are a lot of similarities between what Timothée Chalamet said at the SAG Awards and what many athletes say. And there's obviously a similar dedication level that goes into both. And that's what attracted me to filmmaking. It's incredibly hard. It consumes your life. And if you feel that way, if it's something you think about all the time, if it's something you want to do, why not try to be great at it? You could just create art because it's therapeutic. Some people create films, music, photos, paintings to try to make sense of their lives. Those are totally understandable and in many ways honorable, but there are some people out there who believe that making the piece of work just isn't enough. No matter how much you try to convince yourself that it is, people just feel that way. Because many people believe the goal isn't just to make things, but to make things that truly connect on a deep level. And I feel like this speech from Timothée Chalamet in some weird way is helping lead a culture shift. I've seen so much on social media about people normalizing and making obsession or the pursuit of greatness cool, and talking about how the culture shift is moving away from being fake humble or nonchalant about what you're doing or what you want to achieve. And I don't know why people are afraid of it. I mean, I'm afraid of it. When I saw him say that, it really spoke to a deep part of me because it's things that I want to say that I'm too afraid to say for whatever reason. Maybe you're afraid of not living up to it. Maybe you're afraid of what people would think of you if you don't make it, if you don't succeed. But I do truly believe and always have believed that the only thing we really can control if we have those feelings is to try and to put that out in the world. And of course, the number one thing is you got to back it up. I mean, the dude played Bob Dylan, one of the most legendary artists of all time, and hopefully he wins the Oscar on Sunday. But truthfully, that doesn't define this role. The 5.5 years of work that he put into it defined it. You can see it when you watch the movie. It's undeniable. So I guess I'm making this video to lean into that and continue to convince myself that it's okay to feel like that and encourage other people to realize that people do love somebody who tries. I mean, when I think about it myself, when I see my friends putting themselves out there, dedicating their life to something, doing something, I support them. Even if you feel like it's cringe or weird or it doesn't even fully represent where you are at the moment, I feel that way, and I know how long I have to go to even get to a point where I even really respect my work, which is a problem in itself, but that's also what drives me to continue to chase that feeling of creating something that you see truly has an impact in the world. And I'm just really happy that he chose to say those things rather than to downplay it or be classy or humble. I think it was cool. Made me root for him even more and gave me a kick in the butt. So yeah, check out the speech if you haven't, and definitely check out A Complete Unknown. It's damn good.
to you, sir. A Chalamet to you.